A lot of roller coaster enthusiasts and theme park enthusiasts really love roller coasters. And a lot of roller coaster enthusiasts like to rank their attractions from worst to best. I've never personally done it, and probably will never do, but basically it's just this. And in my number one spot, I have Velocicoaster, Iron Gwazi, Steel Vengeance, or Pantheon. Only those four, because those are the best, and I only care about freaking airtime. And if there's no airtime on the ride, it's a horrible ride, and I just wish they didn't have restraints because God, this sucks! But between you and me here on a deeper level, I think I've been having some feelings for some roller coasters. I need help. And there's a select few of roller coasters that I really love, and there's one roller coaster that takes that top spot. And today I'm not talking about an aerodynamics roller coaster this time. So this roller coaster really means something to me. So out of over 760 roller coasters located in the United States, what roller coaster do I love the most? It's the Back Lot Stunt Coaster roller coaster at the Kings Island. Now don't jump the gun yet. You might be asking, why do I like this roller coaster like the most? And then when there's like so many other cool roller coasters out there, like for example, Steel Vengeance, Iron Gwazi, Pantheon, and Velocicoaster. I mean, we're talking about a 2005 Premier Rides launched family coaster. Isn't that good? And I would say I like it. And what I meant to say is I freaking love this thing and I want to marry it. Here's why. One of the reasons why I really love this attraction is for its rich, unique, and beautiful history. How in 2005 when the ride opened, it used to be called the Italian Job Stunt Track, themed after the 2003 hit movie of the remake, The Italian Job, which debuted in like the 60s. Then obviously a few years later, Paramount dropped the parks and Cedar Fair came in and bought them, saved the day. But fun fact here, did you know that Cedar Fair could have actually kept the Paramount properties around in the parks for up to 10 more years? So like up in 2016, 2017, they could have still had the IPs attached to the attractions, but they decided not to. I don't know why, they just didn't go with it. It was part of the deal, like they could have kept it around for a maximum of 10 more years, but that's cool, moving on. Definitely not mad that there was a chance and possibility I could have rode this with its original theme, but Cedar Fair said no. I love Cedar Fair, I love Cedar Fair, I love Cedar Fair, I love Cedar Fair, I love Cedar Fair. Boom, the ride became Back Lot Stunt Coaster. Onboard audio, gone. Mini Cooper trains, stripped. Most of the cool effects, yoink. And I felt bad for Kings Island goers until I realized we still had the best version. We still have our lights and sirens, our fire, our sound effects and lights. I mean, Kings Dominion only gets fire during the haunt season, I believe, and all the effects on the one at Canada's Wonderland just aren't even on. Now, I'm sure everyone can agree with me on this part right here, that everyone and their grandma likes the Kings Island version of the ride more than Kings Dominion or Canada's Wonderland. I remember in 2022 when I went to Kings Dominion for the first time and rode their Back Lot Stunt Coaster, and it was just like devastating seeing how much better the Kings Island version was compared to the Kings Dominion one and heck the Canada's Wonderland one as well. Now, don't get me wrong, all those parks are still absolutely amazing, but when it comes to maintaining their Back Lot Stunt Coaster, Kings Island just puts it into the epic category. The reason why I bring up aesthetics is because of the theme of the ride. Now, I already mentioned the theme of the ride in the previous segment, but I want to detail on how much theming this ride actually has for a Cedar Fair park. Now, did Cedar Fair actually put this ride in? No. But I mean, they're still the most themed coasters at like any Cedar Fair park, so we're gonna go with it. But listen up, because I'm gonna tell you why the Kings Island version is better themed than the other two in the chain. And no, it's not because the effects actually work. I, coasters every day, have discovered why the Kings Island Back Lot Stunt Coaster is more thematic than the others in the chain. Exhibit A. Notice how the Kings Island version of the ride has 3 cop cars in the beginning, while the one at Kings Dominion only has 2. Now, of course, you can say that Canada's Wonderland version has 3 cop cars, but what does it have that Kings Island doesn't is what you should be asking. Exhibit B. Well, my friends, you can clearly see here that there is roller coaster supports spewing out of the infield of the attraction, ruining the theme and feel of the Back Lot Stunt Coaster, ruining the immersive experience the ride provides. Exhibit C. Notice when you ride the attraction at Kings Island, the wall is there on the left-hand side as you enter the subway tunnel. However, the second part of the wall is nowhere to be seen on the Kings Dominion version of the ride, resulting in Kings Island having a more thematic experience than the other parks. And of course, the elephant in the room, the ride having more working effects than the other rides in the chain. This just in, transatlantic 1940s Coasters Everyday commentator signing out and returning this to modern day Coasters Everyday. Oh. Thank you.
Chapter 3. Epicness.
The last thing I want to talk about today in this video is how epic this ride is. Before Cedar Fair updated all the apps for the parks earlier this year, this was the old description for all the Back Lot Stunt Coasters. Ahem, let me begin.
Have you ever watched an absolutely insane car scene in a movie and thought, hey, I could totally be a stunt car driver like that? At Canada's Wonderland, we've got your chance of a lifetime. Our Back Lot Stunt Coaster ride is a state-of-the-art linear induction motor launch coaster that delivers a no-holds-barred, high-speed experience like none you've ever experienced before. Your stunt driving training begins with an unheard-of acceleration of 0 to 64 kilometers per hour in less than 10 seconds. Yes, seconds! The helter-skelter chase proceeds through a parking garage via a series of crazy helixes, and then up and down and all around the fleet of police cars, around high-bank turns, and much more. All the while trying to dodge repeated gunfire. Worn out yet, we're just getting started. Back Lot Stunt Coaster is the ultimate destination for non-stop white-knuckle action from start to finish.
I would say that's pretty epic. Is Back Lot Stunt Coaster the most tallest, most fastest, or most longest roller coaster in the world? No, but it does one thing really well, and that's having fun. No matter if you're riding the Kings Island one with working effects or the Canada's Wonderland with no working effects, people are still having a fun time on Back Lot Stunt Coaster. I was reading the comments of a POV posted by Canada's Wonderland of people experiencing the ride. I love how people were so energetic in the comments about the attraction, and now it has a lasting memories in their mind forever. I just thought it was pretty cool, and in my world, cool equals fun, and fun equals epic, so that's why I'm talking about it. Honestly, I could probably talk about Back Lot Stunt Coaster forever. It's one of my favorite attractions of all time. I just love the thing so much. I don't know why, but I really like it. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Tell me your experience about Back Lot Stunt Coaster, or if you're old enough, tell me about the time you rode Italian Job Stunt Track. Fun fact, in a few days, I'm actually going to be going to Canada's Wonderland for the first time, and if you were paying attention, you would know that there is a Back Lot Stunt Coaster there. Canada's Wonderland vlog coming soon. Thanks for sticking around, see you on the next one.